everyone, and welcome to the post-game press conference. Again, the game was Ukraine-Great Britain. The final score is 90-61. Here is the coach, Nate Ranking, and captain Dan Clark. Dan, what are your thoughts about the game?
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Ukraine. They're obviously the much better team on the day. We're obviously very unhappy with the performance we put in today. I mean, just from the jump ball, we didn't have the right intensity, we didn't have the right focus, and that showed. You know, Ukraine were very prepared for our strong points, and we weren't able to deal with that, and then the game got away from us basically. So we hope to be better tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Ukraine played extremely well. I thought early on in the game, we just didn't capitalize on simple pass and catch opportunities and finishing at the rim, and that was tough. And then as the game wore on, Ukraine's pressure kind of took us out of a lot of things we did, and we turned it over, as you can see in the stats. You know, when you're giving up 24 points off turnovers, it's a hard thing to overcome. But again, Ukraine played well. We'll just have to reset and come back tomorrow.
Thank you. We'll take the questions from the media, please. Raise your hand if you have any questions and wait for the microphone.
Question for both of you. Did you feel that there was maybe a lack of energy in that first half that perhaps translated into some of those turnovers, and also defensively perhaps some of the streaks that Ukraine were able to go on?
I think at the beginning, I mean, watching the film, I'd watch the film again, but I thought we had the opportunities. We just weren't strong with the ball. They got their hands on it and we bobbled it, or we just missed, we just didn't complete the play. I think those plays kind of probably drained us a little bit, because they're plays that we know we can make and we should have made, especially at this stage. When you do not make those plays, this caliber of team will capitalize, and it takes the energy out of you.
Any more questions?
Sorry, I didn't want to dominate this. Dan, I mean, size today was tough for you guys to overcome. Croatia's probably going to be quite similar. What kind of adjustments do you think you can make, obviously in a very short space of time?
Yeah, I just think we have to, across the board, play a lot smarter. We know what our strong points are, and I don't think we use them all to our advantage today. Yeah, I think teams are obviously going to be bigger than us. We're not the biggest team at EuroBasket, but I do think we have other areas that we're extremely effective in, but we didn't use those today. So yeah, that's something we've definitely got to focus on and be very clear in what we want to do and how we want to attack and defend a team like Croatia tomorrow.
Any more questions?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to make adjustments, and we're going to, hopefully, like I said, protect the paint a little bit better. It's simple.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Coach. This will conclude the press conference. welcome to the post-game press conference after the game between Ukraine and Great Britain that ended with the result 90-61. Team Ukraine here, next to me, Coach Einars Bagatskis and player Stanislav Mikhaluk. Coach, please share your thoughts about the game.
You know, final result, the big difference maybe is not show objective level of our advantage. You know, that's Great Britain is a really good team, and we got a lot of information from the last two games, how they did against Latvia and against Belgium. And we got the information, but is the always account is the most important, not against who you play, what is the names there, what is the country or club, but it's most important is focus on own job, own things. And I think we did a great job. There is a lot of things that we can influence for sure, but generally we just dominate step by step, you know. And thanks to the players, they take very seriously this game, like all the teams, I would like to say. But for us, we have a lot of players in the team who got like first experience at these championships. And of course, we did a good job, but that's in the past. We have to focus on the next games, next opponent.
Stanislav, can you please share your thoughts about the game too?
Like Coach said, the result doesn't show how good of a team they are. It was a great game. Everybody played hard, everybody played smart, everybody know their roles. We limited our mistakes in offense and defense. And we listen to our coaches. We stay with our game plan. And, you know, I think we are really pleased with the result, and we'll try to do our best to play the same way as we did in next games.
Thank you. Now we'll be taking the questions from the media, please. Raise your hand if you have a question and wait for the microphone. Thank you.
I have a question for the coach, please. Coach, in the final quarter, when you had a very big difference of like maybe 25 points, you played for a while Alex Len and Artem Pustovic together. Was this some sort of rehearsal for some lineup that you want to try in one of the next games?
No. It's not want to try. We just modeled the situation, and we did previous games. Actually, we have if I have so many good big guys, position 5, I have to find how to use them together, you know. And there is for Alex, for him is the more complicated because in NBA and previous years he did just like a 5 Artem also, but we're just using both of them together. And there was that young fella, Skapintsov came in the court, and against Spain, he played over 20 minutes, and that just was a reason when we played with the two bigs when we were a game against Spain. So that's not accidentally, sorry.
Any more questions?
Coach, when you've got a team that hasn't played in tournaments as much as some other teams here, do you think getting that performance at the start can give you some momentum going forth?
What do you mean, like? What do you mean in a case like?
The confidence will grow from this performance.
No, I don't do that. You know, I'm focused on my job on Ukraine. That's the most important. Other things will be after. You know, that's secondary. That's first. And of course, everybody has a favorites. There is a big names, but that's just on a paper. There on a court, you see the humans. And sometimes most important is the aggressiveness, motivation, also luck. You know, you have to deserve that luck, and that's sometimes key for winning.
How big an advantage is it that you play today at your lot and tomorrow, and Estonia will play like late night, and you will play tomorrow? In this kind of tournament, I'm from Estonia. How big advantage is it? And the second part also, how will you break Estonia tomorrow?
What you propose? Change the schedule? Actually, I'm usually just focused on the things what I can change. You know, there is absolutely that's the wrong look on a thing as the Estonia play late game, we got like early game, you have a lot of time to rest. It's bullshit, sorry if I'm saying like that. Yeah, because again, there on the court goes aggressive team, and your team now is you have like new generation. I coaching few of them, you know, I know those guys, and they know how to play. And they not play like many years ago when we played against Estonia, we always count. They play hard, they play aggressive, they don't play basketball, and they don't play you play. Your team is really modern, aggressive, smart team, play with high energy, and they know how to use the advantage. Plus you have a good big guy, you know. And I even don't focus on the things what you're asking, you know, the late game, early game, we got that secondary.
Hi, my question is for Sviatoslav. I wanted to ask you, after this win, what type of game do you expect tomorrow against Estonia?
Definitely expect a harder game, especially as a back-to-back. Both teams are going to be tired, and but yeah, I watched a couple of games, Estonia against Slovenia, and a couple more games. They play really hard. They play really physical. I think they play more physical than Great Britain team. So it'll be a challenge for us, and I'm excited to see how we're going to do tomorrow.
Ainars, last time Estonia played EuroBasket, it was in 2015, and you were coaching Latvia then. Do you remember Estonian team back then and now? Could you compare them?
You know, my opinion, you cannot compare the players' teams, especially so long time ago. Anyway, for the modern basketball, for 7 years, that was really long time ago. But is the nothing to change in your team, you know. Just difference is now you have a really good big guy. You compare with that year, you got like an undersized team, aggressive team, and if I'm correct, you guys even lead the game by 18 something. But then is of course Latvia won. But I hope we continue tomorrow like in this way. But it's your team, like I said, it's not easy. I would like to say, like, this team, these guys play a little bit more than basketball. They are, yeah, and again, you have a big guy, you know, that's changed the game totally.
Any more questions? Any more questions in the local language? Thank you very much. This will conclude the press conference. Thank you. Thank you so much, Coach.